Hey friends, Randy Arno here with Headstrong Coaching. I am a licensed psychologist and a certified personal trainer, and I'm here to share with you some simple ways to supercharge your motivation every day. Now, if you try something great, if you try to do something great, if you have big dream goals, you're inevitably going to encounter obstacles. The more obstacles you encounter, the more difficult it is to keep your motivation at high levels. So in these moments, you need techniques to fuel your motivation engine. Now, in part one of this series, I shared with you a couple of simple ways to supercharge your motivation. And in this video, I'm going to share two more simple science-based methods to supercharge your motivation every day so that you can retain your focus and continue to move forward towards your dreams. Okay, so number one is to do visualization exercises. Now, by actually visualizing your goal, you bring that future into the present. As you visualize your dream job and all the benefits it'll bring, you're going to feel your motivation skyrocketing. So whether maybe you're building a business, maybe you're scaling up an existing business so you can double your income, maybe you're wanting to build the skills and resume to get a new type of job, a dream job you've always wanted. Maybe you're a student working on your degree and that goal is so far away, it's just hard to keep up the motivation. So here's what you do for this visualization. You sit down and spend a few minutes just picturing in your mind what it will look like when that dream goal is realized. As much as possible, try to bring that future into your present mind's eye. When you do this, you're going to feel your motivation increasing and obstacles will seem to fade into the background. Now, a couple tips for when you do this. It's very, very important to visualize the benefits that your new future will bring. So I want you to specifically think about the emotions that you'll feel when you've accomplished that goal, and the emotions that you will feel in your day-to-day life with that dream goal accomplished. And as much as possible, I don't want you to think about those emotions. I want you to try to experience those emotions. Now, I also want to point out another really important part of this visualization exercise. It's also something that I think a lot of people neglect. And admittedly, the second part I used to neglect also, but I recently learned about this from Brendan Burchard on his podcast. And this is what it is. In addition to thinking about and allowing yourself to experience the emotions you'll feel when you achieve the goal, sometimes you also need to take time to think about the negative emotions and the negative consequences of staying where you are now and not achieving those goals. Now, personally, I'm very much into positive psychology, and I love to focus on the positive as much as possible. But focusing on the negative consequences and the negative emotions of staying right where you are, it's a really important motivating factor. You know, things may be okay right now. Maybe you're kind of on autopilot and you're getting by. And if you don't think about what things will be like in the future if you stay stuck where you are and don't achieve those goals, you're going to stay stuck. It's a big motivational boost to take action towards your new future when you identify and allow yourself to experience the negative emotions that you'll feel when you don't take action and create that dream you want. So both the positive and the negative are important motivating factors here. Okay, number two. Number two is deceptively simple but extremely important and powerful. It's break your big goal into small goals. It's awesome that you've defined your big goals or your dream goals. But now what you need to do to keep that motivation activated every day is you need to make a list of all the things you need to make that dream happen. Break the goal down into small, objective, actionable steps that need to happen to bring you further to that goal. So each week you can think about what are the primary 2 or 3 goals that I'm going to accomplish this week. based on that list. And what are the discrete steps that I need to achieve those 2 or 3 goals this week? It's really useful to have, say, a longer term goal like 3 to 6 months out, a monthly goal, and a weekly goal. That way, the actionable steps towards those goals can easily become the daily goals to achieve the weekly outcome you desire. If you need to do research in an area or learn new skills, add that to your action steps, your list of action steps. So for example, you may need to read a book on a particular topic or take an online course on a topic. You may need to connect with certain people. You may need to, there's all kinds of things that are very small steps towards that goal. And you need to get all those on paper, the ones that are imperative, the ones that have to happen to achieve that goal. So you can break that down into those steps. And why this is so helpful is, one, it helps guide your path, but it's also important for other reasons as well. So when you break it down this way, as you complete each small task, it tells your brain that you're experiencing success with each one. So as you accomplish each of those small tasks, your brain is lighting up with like, oh, we've made progress. And no matter how small, as long as your brain is connecting these things to progress towards your goal, you're going to experience a boost in your motivation, which then powers your energy, drive, and focus for the next task. So that way you really get caught in what we in psychology refer to as a positive upward spiral of positivity and motivation. If you've seen part 1 of this series, we talked about one of the tips was celebrating the small wins. Well, this ties into that really well. You know you have small wins when you have the small tasks mapped out. The only way to make sure that you see you're making progress is to have all the small measurable steps mapped out. Oh, and yes, but definitely be sure you put up that big fat check mark by each item as you get them done. Seems really simple, but it's telling your brain that you're making progress. And even research shows this to be true. Even small progress towards your goal, as long as you recognize it as progress, you're going to experience that boost in positive emotions and motivation, which is then going to fuel you to keep continuing on to the next thing and the next thing, and keep that focus on what's most important to get done on a daily basis, and filter out all the unnecessary distractions. So I hope you find this helpful. If you do, I'd be very grateful if you'd like this video, and think about somebody you think might benefit from this video and share it with them. And I will see you guys next time.